All right, let's just dive right in, shall we? Today in this explainer, we are completely tearing down the hype around artificial intelligence and looking at how it actually creates real, tangible economic value. Look, if you've been feeling totally overwhelmed by the blur of new tools, the endless trends, and all those supposed get-rich-quick side hustles flooding your feed, you are in exactly the right place. Over the next few minutes, we're going to permanently shift your mindset. We're going to take you from being just a curious tool user and turn you into a strategic income builder. Because by the time we wrap this up, you'll be able to look at literally any AI opportunity and instantly know if it's the real deal or just a bunch of noise. So, first things first, why do so many of these AI income ideas just fail, like completely flatline? Well, it's a classic beginner mistake. Most people start out by asking themselves, how can I make money with AI? Instead of asking the much more important question, what actual human problem is this helping to solve? Because of that, they end up chasing novelty instead of actual pressing needs. They build a tool that generates a beautifully articulated Shakespearean sonnet about a toaster, which, hey, is cool, but nobody actually wants to pay for it because it doesn't solve a real problem they have. To fix this, we need a fundamental mindset shift. AI is not some magic money-printing machine. It's actually a transformation engine. Think about it like a water filter. A water filter doesn't just magically create water out of thin air, right? No, it takes water that already exists and makes it cleaner, more usable, and easier to trust. In the exact same way, AI takes messy inputs, stuff like raw data, rough notes, complex customer requests, and transforms them into something that's way faster to use or cheaper to produce. It just massively reduces friction. And this engine? It relies on a super simple, repeatable value chain that underpins absolutely every single realistic AI income stream out there. It's an unbreakable 4-step sequence. Something goes in, that's your input. AI changes it, that's the transformation. Something comes out, that's the output. And if that output actually matters to someone, well, that is your value, and that's exactly where the money follows. If you skip even one step in this chain, the entire income stream just completely breaks down. Now, in the real world, this means a tool itself is not value. A useful outcome is value. Let's use a restaurant kitchen as an analogy. When you go out to eat, you don't pay the chef for the stove they used, do you? Of course not. You pay for the amazing meal that comes out of the kitchen. The stove only matters because of what it allows the kitchen to produce. AI works the exact same way. The AI model itself isn't the product. It's just the stove. The real value is the finished meal you serve to your client. And this actually brings up a pretty harsh truth about human psychology and buying habits. Buyers literally do not care about your advanced technology. They really don't. What they care about is relief from their pain. Imagine you're carrying a ridiculously heavy backpack. You don't care if the straps are made of some advanced space-age polymer. You just care if the weight feels lighter on your shoulders. Novelty and newness, that might get you a few clicks or some fleeting viral attention, but relief, less writing effort, less manual sorting, less guesswork. That is what actually gets payment. Okay, so if we know people pay for relief, where does the money actually come from? It's simple economics. Money follows either saving money or making money. When AI makes work faster or cheaper, costs drop, and businesses get to keep more margin. When it increases quality or handles more volume, revenue scales up. This means a company can grow without having to hire a whole bunch of new people. This simple economic logic matrix is quietly powering almost every successful AI income stream today. But, and this is a huge but, there's a catch. Your output absolutely must fit into the decision maker's existing workflow. Value isn't created in a vacuum. Think of AI like a map. A gorgeously illustrated map hanging on a wall has literally zero value if nobody can actually use it to get somewhere. A summarized AI report only matters if a manager uses it to make a real business decision. If your AI output is clunky to use, or if it doesn't fit into how a business already operates, its economic value drops straight to zero. So once you have an output that perfectly fits a workflow, we have to start looking at scale. Ask yourself, can this process be repeated, delivered reliably, and still remain valuable? That right there is the fundamental difference between a fun Saturday hobby and a true, scalable income system. AI is essentially a photocopy machine for thinking work. One handwritten note helps one person, sure, but a copied page, that can help hundreds. AI lets you take one exceptionally good workflow and serve way more people than a manual process ever could. So where do you fit into this whole economy? Well, there are basically 5 distinct paths where money actually enters the AI system. You can create, selling a polished output like a marketing campaign. You can save a business money by automating tasks, and they share those savings with you. You can increase their performance, generating more revenue. You can connect people using AI to match buyers with solutions for commission. Or you can package, turning a raw capability into a productized offer that buyers pay for purely out of convenience. And honestly, the massive game-changing power here lies in that last one, packaging. Going up to someone and saying, "I do AI things," is vague, confusing, and frankly, nobody wants to buy it. But saying, "I help small businesses turn customer messages into fast replies," boom, that is a concrete outcome. Notice the huge shift there? You just turned a vague technical capability into a specific result that a buyer instantly understands, trusts, and can easily purchase. The package is not the AI itself. The package is the outcome. Which brings us to what I like to call the ultimate aha moment, the hidden mirror. Every single AI income stream out there is really just a repeatable workflow. Whether you're freelancing, selling a digital product, running a specialized newsletter, or building some complex software tool, the inner structure is exactly the same. It is simply taking an input, transforming it, and creating an output that someone values enough to pay for. The external packaging might look completely different, but I promise you, the internal machinery is identical. Let's ground all this abstract theory into absolute reality for a second with Amina's local service business. She noticed local shops were notoriously slow at replying to customers. So what did she do? She built a system. The input? Customer messages. The transformation? AI instantly drafts responses and classifies what the customer needs. The output? Fast, highly usable replies. The value? The business misses fewer leads and saves a ton of staff time. And finally, the income, a monthly service package they happily pay Amina for because it directly boosts their bottom line. If you take away just one thing from this explainer, burn this rule into your memory. AI is not the income. The value chain is the income. This is absolutely the most powerful perspective-shifting takeaway we've got for you. Once you truly realize this, you stop looking for magic buttons. You stop getting distracted by whatever the newest, shiniest tool is trending on social media. You permanently move from being just a tool user to a true income builder who actually understands the fundamental economics of work. So, I want to wrap up this explainer by leaving you with a final, provocative thought to really test out your new perspective. Stop asking what AI can do. Actually, scratch that. Stop asking about the technology entirely. Instead, ask yourself this. What useful result can AI help deliver, and who would happily pay for that result? Look around your current job, your specific industry, or even just your local community. Where is the friction? Where are the slow, expensive processes? Find that friction, build the value chain to fix it, and I guarantee you will find your income stream. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I really challenge you to take this new lens and start looking at the world differently right now.